shell, turtle power. Heroes in a half 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 shell, turtle power.
Hello, my fiery friends. Welcome to another awesome and fiery fun stream. I'm your host, the Infernoman here, and hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you are at. So, we've made it again to another weekend, everybody. But what are we going to be playing today here on the stream? Well, I'm glad you asked. So without further ado, let's just jump into it right now and show you exactly what we're going to be playing for today. All right, where am I at? Where am I at? Woo, woo, there we are. Yay. Okay. So, join me today in the Brawl format for another deck that's built around something that, of course, I enjoy doing the most, which is, of course, burning out my opponent and hopefully claiming our victory, sometimes not even by swinging. This is going to be Slash and Burn. So we're going to be focusing on here another one of the Ninja Turtle highlights, another one of the, I think it's one of the antagonists from, I don't remember from when he appeared, but if you do know the lore, let me know in the comments below again how that all works out. But this is going to be Slash Reptile Rampager here. So we're going to be focusing on him. And the way we're going to do it is we'll go over the stats real briefly. We'll go over every single card in the main deck itself. We'll then play as many matches as we can here in the Brawl format. And then once we get to a certain point in the stream, we'll then upgrade the deck to show you how much more stronger it can be if you really, really want to go all out. So, Slash Reptile Rampager here is going to be our key piece here. But beforehand, let's go over the stats of the deck. Long-time viewers of the channel know how we got to do it. So we talk about the stats of the deck before we dive right on in. So, Slash and Burn here is going to be a mono red deck. 2.4 average mana curve is what we're rocking today. We'll be doing a total of 27 creatures. We have 7 instants, 11 sorceries, 12 artifacts, 7 enchantments, 3 planeswalkers, and 39 lands. So, Slash Reptile Rampager here. 5 mana, 7/5 Mutant Berserker Turtle. He has the Alliance ability, which is actually kind of a neat thing with him. So, anytime another creature we control enters, Slash will deal 2 damage to each opponent. Whenever Slash attacks, he gets to create a 2/2 red mutant creature token. So, as he swings, makes tokens. If we just get any creatures out there, we can just keep pinging away at our opponent for 2 points of damage as the game progresses. So, 2 major focuses for the deck. We want to try to put out there as many creatures as we can. And the other major focus is we want to see if we can amplify those extra pings of damage because that way we can close out the game faster. So obviously this is going to be the budget version first. We'll worry about the more upgraded one where I know some of you are already thinking like, hey, how come this deck doesn't have X card or Y card? Don't worry. They're all coming in the upgrade in just a little bit. But for now, excuse me. Ugh. Sorry, I still have a little bit of that mucusy thing. I don't know, ever since I was sick like over a month ago, it feels like it just never went away. It's like it's just been with me long term. Any case, illnesses aside, let's go over again now the first part of the deck. So in the 1-drop slot, we got Burst Lightning here, 2 points of damage to any target. We can kick it, of course, if we want to do 4 points of damage instead. And the Festivities here, small level little Wrath here, but it can do some good damage here. If we can get some of our damage amplifiers, this can do a lot more damage once we can get those out. Faithless Looting here is going to help us just discard and draw. Goblin Bushwhacker, really sweet for our deck because we can kick this, and if we do, gives all of our creatures an extra +1, +0 pump and haste until end of turn. Impolite Entrance here, we can give one of our creatures at sorcery speed, trample, and haste until end of turn, and we can draw a card off of that, which is nice. Kumamo Phases Caucus here, 1 point of damage for the first part of the saga. Part 2, add a +1/+1 counter next time we cast a creature, and part 3, it flips into Etching of Kumamo here, where if any creature ends up dying, they exile instead. Satyrs Cunning here. Doesn't look like much, but it does help us out with our game plan here. Ooh, sorry. Ooh, jeez. I don't know why. Okay, good. Gotta pace myself here. Pace yourself, Infernoman. Pace yourself. Okay. Any case, so Satyrs Cunning here, as we mentioned, create a 1/1 red satyr creature token, and although it can't block, we can use this as a repeat spell over and over again for its sorcery ability, and we can hopefully just keep our things going here. So moving on, of course, from there, let's see, where are we at here? Oh yeah, that's right, Strike It Rich. So some pseudo ramping here. So create a treasure token. We can flash it back later on if we want to, then create another treasure token. Tectonic Hazard does the exact same thing as in the Festivities, doing 1 point of damage to everything, and then a creature and opponent. Voldrin Epigear here, again, same thing, doesn't do much on its own, but of course that ping can be helpful, and also leaving behind a blood token is actually pretty good value. A Braid here. We also, of course, are going to throw this into the 2-drop slot here. 3 points of damage, and then we can destroy a target artifact. Cathartic Pyre here. Either 3 points to a creature or planeswalker, or simply use it as a card draw spell. And then continuing on here, we have Coruscation Mage. Wait, did I say that right? Coruscation Mage? Coruscation Mage. Is that right? I don't know. Words are hard. But anyways, you get the idea here. So this card, of course, is just going to be an Otter Wizard. Anytime we deal non-creature spell, you can deal 1 point of damage. You can also then use the Offspring mechanic if you want to make 2 copies and then hopefully keep pinging your opponent. Dragon Fodder here. So as we go, of course, start casting off those non-creature spells, we can start pinging away at our opponent here. We can make those tokens. We can start pinging away with Slash even more. So cards like Dragon Fodder here. We have several of these cards that are like 2-drops and they just make a bunch of tokens like this. Goblin Instigator makes a token for us. We have... let's see, I'm trying to see right here. Oh, Kratos Command. You kind of get the idea here. So all of these kind of do the same thing. Of course, to make more creatures and help us just, again, go bigger and bigger with everything we got. So with that, hold on 1 second here. I see something off the chat. Sorry. I was just looking at something off the side here. I thought that something was weird. Okay. Don't worry about what I'm just mumbling here. Any case, moving aside... So now that we kind of got an idea of like all those little pingers there, we'll use other cards, of course, to help us, of course, with more damage here, like grab the prize here. Discard 2 cards. If you discard a non-land card, ping your opponent for 2 points of damage. Goblin Bombardment is also going to be great for us to hopefully close out the game. With Disenchantment, we can start sacrificing creatures at instant speed and deal 1 point of damage to any target. This is mostly good if you want to just chump block like a major swing, and also you are close enough where hopefully you should be able to ping out your opponent once the game gets near its end. Impact Drummers is also another great card here. It goes the same way as Slash here. So anytime another creature we control enters, ping out your opponent. Only does 1 point of damage, but still that's good for us to stack up everything. Kari Zev, Skyship Raider. If you attack, you could create Ragavan. Of course, not the like broken Ragavan, but a token Ragavan, and it still can do some good damage as it keeps going. Cast like Flame Breather here. Anytime we cast non-creature spells. Hold on. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, everyone. I don't know why. Still kind of get that every so often. I should really get that checked at some point. Ugh. Any case, so Keswick Flame Breather here. Anytime we cast non-creature spells, ping your opponent for another point of damage. We'll also, of course, throw in a couple of other cards from the Ninja Turtle set, like Raphael, Tough Turtle. Anytime another creature we control enters, he deals 1 point of damage to target opponent. I honestly thought at first he was to each opponent, but only one target opponent means that he's not that really good at multiplayer. So either way, it's not too bad. At least it's good for one-on-one. Scuzzback Scrounger here. At the beginning of your first main phase, Blight 1. So, of course, put a -1/-1 counter on something. And if we do, we have to create a treasure token. So, pseudo ramp for us. Seer Slicer Goblin here. At the beginning of your end step with the raid ability, meaning we can make tokens as long as we have attacked at least once in every turn. So, sometimes you could throw away more of your tokens here and then create new tokens with him. And hopefully start pinging away with Slash. Self-destruct here. If we of course have to, we can then just hit our opponent for direct damage. We do have to sacrifice a creature in return, but again, sometimes that could be a great way to fling out and hopefully just finish off your opponent. Shocking Sharpshooter here also does the same thing. Every time creatures enter, ping your opponent for 1 point of damage. Sunset Strike Master here, one of our few mana dorks that actually does look pretty good in our deck here. Viashido Pyromancer here, when it enters, ping your opponent or a Planeswalker for 2 points of damage, so it goes well with Slash here. Wingnut Bat on the Belfry here from the Ninja Turtle set itself. Bat Mutant with the Alliance ability. With this one, however, anytime another creature we control enters, Wingnut can either choose to have Flying, Menace, or Haste until end of turn. If Wingnut does attack, each other attacking creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So kind of like a nice little Anthem effect if we swing. Young Pyromancer here will create more tokens for us anytime we cast instants or sorcery spells. We have Diamond Mare here, so this is going to be one of our few ways in the deck we can actually stabilize with life gain. Every time we cast a red spell, because we're going to choose obviously red for Diamond Mare, we can gain 1 life. Environmental Sciences here, again, one of our few options that red has for actually like digging out basics and then gaining some life. Mindstone here's one of our mana rocks here, along with Ornithopter of Paradise. I know some people might ask why not use Arcane Signet. Reason being is Mindstone also you can sacrifice to draw a card, so that's the reason why we're going to pick that. But yeah, Ornithopter of Paradise helps ping off the ability here, and also it's a mana dork. Swiftfoot Boots here, obviously you want to put this onto Slash just to make sure he does not get blown up. In the 3-drop slot here, we have Flick a Coin, so dealing 1 point of damage, and then create a treasure token and draw a card. Founding of Amashu here creates for us 2 allied tokens. We can then discard and draw a card. And then finally, creatures we control get an extra +1/+0 pump until end of turn. Goblin Surprise here, along with, I think it was UC Para Goblins, they do the exact same thing. In other words, they can either use these to make some more tokens, or give your creatures a +2/+0 pump until end of turn. We do have a bunch of other little goblins here and there that we're going to be utilizing, such as Legion Warboss. Creates for us goblin tokens. They have to attack. However, if we can keep Legion Warboss alive, we can start using its mentor ability to start adding tokens and counters to our tokens and make them bigger and bigger. Molten Gatekeeper, again, does the same thing as all of our other redundant pingers here. So, of course, every time another creature we control enters, peeling our opponent for 1 point of damage. You can also unearth it for 1 if you actually need to in a pinch. Raid Bombardment here, since we have a lot of low-level creatures here, this is actually pretty good for us. Every time a creature we control with power 2 or less attacks, we can deal 1 point of damage to the creature or planeswalker as we attack. Squeak Dubious Monarch here, another one of our goblins that create more goblins for us and help us going wide. If he does end up dying, though, you can bring him back if you are willing to exile 4 cards from your graveyard and paying an extra 4. Tybalt Rakish Instigator here turns off our opponent's life gain, and also you can then take it down if you need to just make a couple extra devil tokens. Not too often you want to do that, but again, we want it because of the turns off life gain, because that's one of our biggest annoyances in a deck like this. Witty Roastmaster does the exact same thing as Molten Gatekeeper, and you get the idea. Of course, every time creatures enter, ping your opponent for another point of damage. Annex Hardened in the Forge here, so on Demigod for us, every time we lose creatures, we can create at least more Satyr tokens to help us kind of like refill our ranks. However, if we, of course, have a power of 4 or greater for the creature, you can create 2 of those tokens instead. So this can help us, again, just, of course, start pinging off. We want to get super aggro, and help us just, again, just keep our game plan going. Chandra, Acolyte of Flame, one of our few planeswalkers for the deck, and actually pretty good for us. You can use this, of course, to tick up its loyalty, but realistically, you want this because it makes free elemental tokens. You do have to sacrifice them, but making 2, of course, can still trigger off a bunch of our other abilities. Hordling Outburst here, 3 mana, makes 3 goblins, so nice rate. Mechanized Warfare is one of our few damage enhancers, and this is actually a really good one for us. If a red or artifact source we control will deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, we can deal 1 extra point of damage instead. So for this, say, for example, say we have this out and then Slash is doing damage, he can now basically do 3 damage to an opponent's face, which is great. Burnished Heart here, one of our few kind of clunky ways to help us, of course, ramp, but it does work for us, digging out 2 basic lands once we sacrifice the Elk. Hazarat's Monument here makes all of our red spells cost 1 less, which is great, and every time we cast creature spells, we can discard cards and draw cards to help filter through our deck. Heraldic Banner here. As this artifact enters, we can choose a color, which is going to be red, of course, giving all of our creatures an extra +1/+0 pump, and, well, of course, it is a mana rock. In the 4-drop slot, we'll use Koth here, Fire Resistance. I've been wanting to use Koth for the longest time, but I couldn't find the right deck for him, so I think this is the right one for him. Tick up for 2 to then dig out a basic mountain and put it into your hand, so we can use it for ramping, deal damage equal to the number of mountains we control, or you can then upgrade this, give it an emblem, and then anytime another mountain we control enters, deal 4 points of damage to any target. Krenko Mob Boss obviously has to be here in a go-wide strategy for us to ping. So, of course, you could tap him to make goblin tokens based on a number of goblins we currently have. So this, of course, can snowball and close out the game on its own if we, of course, it is left to resolve. Torbrand, Thrain of Redfell here, another card I absolutely love here. And this is, of course, kind of goes hand in hand with Mechanized Warfare. However, his ability means that anytime we do damage, he can add on 2 more points of damage as opposed to 1. But still great for stacking. Cosmo Elixir here is one of a few ways and kind of a clunky option for us, but we do need this to help us, again, gain life, stabilize with scrying, and other things we need to do. Hedron Archive is a bigger mana rock for us, tapping for 2 generic mana, or sacrifice it to draw 2 cards. Solemn Simulacrum here. When it enters, dig out a basic land, put it onto the battlefield, and if it dies, just simply draw a card. And then finally, in the 5-drop slot, we have Combustion Man here, Human Assassin. When he attacks, you destroy a permanent, unless its controller allows it to take 4 points of damage, or whatever power level Combustion Man's at. So he can do a really massive amount of swings if your opponent does not let him, or if our opponent does not deal with him. And then finally, Zuko, Avatar Hunter, at the very top end of the curve. Anytime we cast a red spell, create a 2/2 red soldier creature token. So it goes hand in hand with Slash as we keep casting spells, making more tokens, and hopefully burning out our opponent. And then finally, we are at a budget deck, so this is what we're going to be looking at for that. We'll use the Dwarven Mine here. Hopefully we can get a free dwarf token off of that. Great Furnace here. We'll use 31 basic mountains. We have a Ramanop Ruins for more burn. Rocky Roads here also can create for us a pilot token if we need to in a pinch. Demolition Field and Volatile Fault are going to be non-basic land hate. We have Rogue's Passage to make sure any one of our creatures can't be blocked for a turn. And then finally, the Gold Saucer here. If we're kind of stalling out, we can use this to flip coins, make some more treasure tokens, or sacrifice some artifacts to hopefully draw some cards. But otherwise, that is the whole deck, everybody. Whew. Okay, so as always, appreciate you guys hanging in there. But don't worry, we're now going to get to the more exciting part of the stream. Let's go ahead, let's take this into the Brawl format. Let's play some matches and let's see how well the deck can do. Ew, that was disgusting. Okay, any case here, now that we're kind of getting loaded up here, everybody, how's everyone's week been going so far? How y'all been doing? Has anybody been actually building more Ninja Turtle decks, or have you been kind of tossing aside the set? Let me know in the comments what your overall thoughts are now that the dust is kind of settled on Ninja Turtles. Now that we're doing that, let's go ahead, let's lock in for our first game.
It's time to
Yeah, all right, okay. Okay, so our opponent is going to be playing with Tanuk, Steadfast Second. We actually never got a chance to play with him. He does have a cool ability, but I wasn't quite sure how to actually build around him. At some point, though, I still want to see if we can look back at Edge of Eternities and build Tanuk. But until then, we'll worry about our own red deck today. So we got plenty of ramp. Mechanized Warfare, Swiftfoot Boots. Okay, we can keep this. It's not going to be a burn-heavy hand, but at the very least, Slash definitely can come in against our opponent's plan. Okay, nothing happened from our opponents. Okay, we'll play another mountain. We'll put the boots down now. So this means hopefully by turn 4, Slash can come in. Cold Steel Heart. All right, looks like our opponent's also ramping away. All right, opponent, game on. Another mountain. I think at this point, we'll put the Strike Master down. If our opponent blows it up, so be it. But for now, I think actually we can protect it with, there we go. Actually, that works out even better for us. Okay, opponent. Oh, they also got a Strike Master. Okay. We're playing the mirror match here, basically. That's cute. Okay, mountain. So Slash, tempting to bring him in now, but I want to save him for a second here. Put down the Impact Tremors instead. And from here, I'm sorry, opponents. I know the feeling of what it's like to lose your ramp as a mono red deck, but we are here to win today, so I'm sorry. Let's get our swings in. All right, down to 19. Okay, 10 up coming in. We'll play our mountain. Okay, I guess this is the turn. Wait, no. Yeah, it is. It has to be the turn. Slash coming in. Ping our opponents. We will move Slash over here. Nice. Okay. And here comes the pings, everybody. This is what we all came here for. Ping, ping, ping. Down to 16, down to 15. Opponent takes a big hit here, down to 8. All right. Well, there you go, everyone. The deck is doing its thing. Okay, opponents. You probably have at best maybe one turn to stop us. What will it be? They got 6 cards in hand, so they got tons to work with, but they can't target Slash. So even if they blow away our whole board, which is fine, we can still do our thing. Chaos Battler. Okay. What was this card do again? Lightning Strike. Okay. We lose our ramp, but that's okay. At this point, we're pretty much good to go. Choose 2. Must be a target. Target player discards all the cards in hand and seek that many long lands. 2 damage to target player and they create treasure tokens. 2 damage to each creature. Interesting. Okay. Okay, that did hurt, but not by much. Exiles, okay. That's cute. Okay, Goblin Instigator, that pretty much is going to be sealing the deal for us. So first off, we're going to close it right here now. All right. And this is the big ping, everybody. Oh, this is beautiful. This is what we wanted. This is exactly perfect here. 3, 2, 0. Didn't even have to do any damage with an attack there. And there you go, everybody. Not too bad. All right, all right. Turtle power there, everybody. Not quite with Ninja Turtles per se, but hey, Slash got the job done. We slashed and we burned. All right. There you go. All right. A perfect showing of what the deck is trying to do on a budget here. So if you like it, don't worry, everybody. We will leave, of course, a link behind in the details below once we get done with the stream later today. So don't worry. We still got plenty of time to cover this whole thing. Oh, man. Usually it doesn't end up looking that good early on. But I'm happy with how it turned out, so that's great. Okay. So as we're loading up our next match here, we will get ready to see what our opponent is going to try to throw at us next. And hopefully we should be good to go with the way this deck is working. All right, so with that... Hold on real quick, everybody. Sorry, I'm adjusting something here. All right. All right, there we go. Okay. So let's see, what have we got in hand here? So we got Krenko, that's cute. We do have ways of making tokens so he can snowball fast. Heraldic Banner does provide for us ramp, along with Environmental Science. Okay. Looking pretty good, right? We'll start with our mountain, of course. Our opponent is playing Giada, so it's going to be Angels. Ugh. Angels do gain a lot of life. So if we can just turn off that life gain, maybe we have a shot. That's my only concern about this deck is anything that gives our opponent a ton of life gain does make us feel bad. So we got to be mindful of that as we start doing our thing. Okay, Giada coming in. No surprise there. So end the festivities will be nice once we actually start burning our opponent here. But until then, Heraldic Banner. We will choose red, of course. Can't do end the festivities yet. Also, what kind of stinks is Angels tend to be pretty chunky. Herald's Horn, okay. They're also getting their ramp going. Okay. So, I think this is going to be the turn we have to throw down Krenko now. Okay. If Krenko can survive, we can start making a ton of Goblin tokens, and maybe, just maybe, we can start pinging away our opponents. But this is going to be an iffy one for us. Okay. Yeah, see, that's our problem here. The lifelink is going to be... That's going to be a pain. But we're going to try. Slash coming in. We will trigger. Start making our tokens. Down to 23. Okay. As long as, again, our opponent does not have spot removal for a bit, maybe we can snowball faster than they can. It all depends here. Angel of Destiny. Okay. That also... That is going to be a massive problem for us. We got to keep the life total low. Okay, so how do we do this? I think Goblin Bombardment first. Kranko's command. Before we start pinging off with Kranko here, we need to start making tokens. We can do that, we can start snowballing fast. Alright, so ping. Gotta keep the life level low or else Angel of Destiny will kill us. Okay, so. Trying to stay ahead. There we go. Ping, ping, ping. That's the name of the game. Alright, down to 23. Still can't sacrifice tokens just yet. But, well, actually, hold on. Actually, we might have to sacrifice a couple here. Small price to pay. But we gotta get rid of Giada before it's too late. Opponents? Source of Plowshare. Okay. So for here... Alright. In response, we will lose Kranko, which is going to stink, but it's okay, everyone. We have another way of doing that with Zuko here. Okay. Okay, so at least Giada's off the field for now. Okay. Opponents. What will you do next? Okay, opponents. Is there a way out of this? Can we stop our opponent before their life gain gets out of control? Okay. Wow. Wow. No! They blew up our stuff, and they pumped their angels. Ugh. This is gonna stink. Okay. Down to 24. They gain life. We're at 10 now. Okay. Well, victory does not look like it's in our sights anymore. Yeah. Okay, well, that stinks. Okay, well, it's okay, everyone. That's mono white for you. It's angels for you. That's life gain. I realize now we've never actually played on stream an actual angel deck in Brawl. We play angel decks in 60 card, but we've never actually played an angel deck in Brawl/Commander. If you guys want to see that, let me know. I do have some ideas for that, but we'll see if we can make Angels work on a budget in the future. I'm going to wait it out and see if maybe the future sets that are coming down a little bit later on this year might make us want to look into that. But until then, we're still in the realm of Ninja Turtles. And I know, for some of you out there, it's a little still eh. Again, I've left my personal thoughts on how I feel about Ninja Turtles in Magic in a previous video about a week and some ago. Check that out if you haven't already done so. Actually, it was trending pretty well for a while. But until then, shilling aside, we'll continue on here. Playing against Michelangelo here, so it looks like it's Turtle versus Turtle today. Can their mono green shenanigans stop us? I guess we'll find out here. Okay, so Gold Saucer. We'll play Sunset Strike Master first. Okay, so at least now we're getting a ramp going. Got to keep up the ramp. Michelangelo coming on in, make a mutagen token. Okay, so he has to go. He can't stick around. We'll make our mage. So we will slowly want to start pinging away at our opponent here. Burst Lightning. Michelangelo's got to go. Okay, so at least that means he has to pay more for it later on. And we ping our opponent there. That's nice. We do need to ramp a little faster, though. Okay. Opponents. So they're mono green, which does give us a small edge. They have a Stone Coil Serpent, but that's not something we worry too much about. What we want to start doing, though, is... let's start making tokens here. Nothing yet. Come on, deck. You have tons of mana. Where's our mana at? We need lands. Michelangelo come back in. Makes another mutagen token. Okay, Mind Stone is clunky ramp, but I mean, I guess it works. It does ping our opponent, though, so it does count. I guess we'll have to strike it rich now. Ping again. Okay, make our treasure token. And we will pass here. So that means we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we can get slash in next turn. Gotta wait it out a little bit, though. Okay, opponents. What you got? Show me what you got. Okay, Vivian coming in. Oh. That actually might be a problem for us. Its ability can ping out our stuff. But looks like they won't do that just yet.
This'll be fun to watch.
Okay. Trampling also it's on. It's a little scary. Okay. Koth. Okay. Koth is not too bad. He actually can help us ramp. Ping. Okay. So from here, let's start digging out our basics. We need those quick. Okay. Ramp. We will... Okay. We're going to have to do this now. I don't want to do this now, but we need to keep some stuff on the field before our opponent starts kind of going too big here. They are going to start ramping easily with Vivian, which is... That's a problem for us. But as long as we can keep it in check for a little bit, I'm pretty sure our opponent's going to try to go after Koth, because Koth gives us easy ramp. Voracious Hydra. Oh. Yeep. That thing will take out Squee. Oh, actually, he takes out the Otter. Okay. Interesting choice, but okay. I get why, though, because Squee can't really do anything until he swings. And his creatures are already... they're big boys. Okay.
My, how you've
pumping.
grown.
It's pumping. I guess we'll let it go. At least we can still ramp one more time with Koth. So let's do that. Take up to dig out another basic. And nothing else, just look at him as just kind of like ramp for us. Okay, Slash coming in. Nothing else we can really do right now. So no attacks yet. Pass. Alright, so Slash is in. But Vivian can take down if they need to, which is also something I realized. I don't know if it was a good idea to bring Slash, but I need defenses up. Okay, Fusion tokens. Okay. Fusion tokens. That's right. All right. Pumping the whole team. That's a lot of counters. Do they tick down to get rid of Slash, or do they tick up to just keep pumping everything and start plowing through us? Either way, we're not in a good spot here. But we're not giving up. Okay, so they just pump them up.
I'd get out of the way if I
No
were
swing yet. Okay. All right. Well, that gives us a little bit more time here. Let's see. So let's do it this way. Okay. So we're at 4. Guess we'll tick up again. If nothing else, this helps us just keep pulling stuff out. Swiftfoot boots. Put it on Slash. Okay, so at least now he's slightly saved. Make another treasure. And then nothing else yet. Still can't really attack. This is so clunky right now. I need a way to just enable tokens for Slash to do its thing. But I think our opponent's going to try to ultimate. Actually, wait. Can they ultimate? Wait, you can't ultimate with this in Brawl. Can you? Can you? Someone check the ruling on that. I totally forgot. Railway Brawler? Okay. That means now we're going to be in... Ooh, that's serious trouble for us there. You're going to be a big boy. Okay. Swinging? Nope. Maybe? Yes? Okay. So, Koth is probably going to end up dying now. So, we'll have to let him go. But at least he sponges a hit for us. And at least he did his job. He was able to get out for us a lot of mountains. So, that's not too bad for us. At this point, though, however, we're going to start sacrificing mountains. Hopefully to draw some more stuff. Okay, grab the prize. That's not too bad. Okay, so we'll have to throw away... We'll throw away the impolite entrance, because that doesn't help us out too much. Draw 2 cards. Environmental for 2. Environmental sciences. I guess we get on another mountain. Get some life. Okay, that's cute. So, let's see. Still no attacks. Man, this is the only awkward part about our gameplay is against decks like this where they can just trample us. We don't really have much of an option until we can either get bigger stuff or start burning away our opponent here. However, our opponent is already really starting to pull ahead. I mean, we have cards in hand, but they're all lands. So this is going to be really awkward for just a little bit. Okay, Archer's Charm. Okay. So, Squee, sadly, didn't really get a chance to do anything. But we have enough cards in the yard where we can bring Squee back. So I guess we need to do that in a pinch. I guess we can. Okay, opponents. They can tick down now, but at least Slash has been protected. We just need to find a way to just start actually... Ugh. We just need to actually do something. He can't do anything against a board state like this because he can't even swing. So I guess you can start seeing now where the problem comes in for Slash. Okay. Opponent is... Ugh. That's 9, 18. Oh, that's lethal. So that's 29. Okay. Dang. I mean, we can't really block that well. But we're going to do it anyway. So, are we dead? I think that puts us down to what? 20... Down to 1? Down to 1. No! Okay. Well... Play the mountain. Hordling Outburst. So at least we go out with at least one set of things. Take down opponents. Down to 12. 2, 3, 4. Doesn't really get a chance to do anything, but it doesn't technically count. So at this point, they're going to trample us next turn. So, you know what? Going down fighting. At the very least, we at least slowly close the gap. Down to 6. We came close. We came so close. We were almost able to rally back. We just couldn't draw into any of our creatures. So we're at 6. But our opponent will stop us next turn, so we will just concede now. 1 point of damage with tramplers. We're not going to survive this.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah, that was rough. Okay. Did we have fun? I mean, we had fun, but we were still sad. Sadness. It's okay, everyone. It's okay. Shaking it off. Not a big deal. Okay. So, moving on. Let's see if we can just rally back and we can actually do some more good stuff here. So, down 2, but that's okay. We still took 1 victory there. So it's not a big deal. It's all good. Okay. So, again, random question for y'all. What y'all been up to this week, everybody? Has everybody been playing new decks? Are you playing other games? Let me know in the comments below. What have you been enjoying this week, everyone? Whether it is Magic or it could be something else that you've been enjoying out there. New movie? New TV show? Let me know. I would love to hear from you. Okay. Also, I'm going to take a swig of water while I'm waiting for our opponent here. Okay. Make sure to always stay hydrated, everybody. Here we go. Let's get this in. Let's get this going. Okay, looks like it's another mono green bag, and this big Yorvo. Okay. Again, if we can just stay ahead of trampling creatures and start ramping, we should be okay. At least I hope so. Slash can do some good stuff once he starts pinging away, but we need to make sure we can stabilize. And that is also kind of hard to do with a mono red deck, since, as you've seen, we kind of have to resort to more clunkier and jankier means to kind of keep our life total up. But if we can work, we hopefully can get there with what we have. Okay, so again, same thing. Plenty of ramp. Okay, Ornithopter Paradise is great too. So we have 2 options for ramp. Strike Master, Burnish Hard, Ornithopter Paradise. We got good stuff. Okay, opponents. Wolfville Haven. Okay, also getting the ramp on. That's cute. Play the Mountain. We will... We drop that. We have 4 mana. Okay. Actually, we'll play the Young Pyromancer first. Okay, so at least now we have that out. So we got to start building up our stuff here. I think Burnish Heart on next turn should be okay. So the goal here is that we can just keep getting our stuff going and going wide. Hopefully we can catch up before Yorvo does anything serious. Brilliant Beast Caller. Okay, another card also I've had frustrations with, because every time I see it cast, I usually never have the means to stop it. Okay, take the Floor Heater, that's cute. Okay, got the Heraldic Banner. So from here... How do I want to do this here? Okay, I guess the banner comes out first. On red. And then we'll pass the turn. We're going to hold on to the end of festivities for a little bit longer. Okay, opponent's got 4 cards in hand. We got A couple more mana dorks we can use. Some pseudo ramp with a burnish heart. We got options. We got options. If we can draw into another land, then I'll probably bring out Slash immediately. At least this way, then we can start pinging away at our opponent as we start getting our ramp on. Okay, so opponents, what you got? Show me what you got. Okay, here comes Yorvo. All right, that's fine. Ranger class, okay. They make a wolf. Opponent swings. Can't block just yet, but that's okay. We'll start making a bunch of tokens in just a moment. Ooh, Witty Roastmaster is also good too. So, how do we do this here? I guess... Sunset Strike Master. I guess we're just going to go the ramp route. Okay, no attacks. Okay. Decent if we want to actually protect ourselves on the backswing. If we really, really need to. But we need to sponge hits for a couple turns. Okay, ideally now would be the best time for us to actually start getting more of our creatures. Oh, jeez, I hate this card so much, Silverback Elder. Every time they cast creature spells, they're going to start blowing up everything and start gaining life. It literally is one of the worst cards we're going to see in a mono green deck. God, I hate the card so much. Okay, well, we got our mountain, so how do we do this here? I guess Slash coming in. Well, doesn't really get a chance to do much, but we'll just do this now. We could take out the Tangled Florohedron. Okay, hang away. Florohedron goes bye-bye. Let's see. Well. Oh, it has to be slash attacks. Okay. So not much of a pump there, but that's okay. If they blow up the Heraldic Banner, which is going to be annoying, but if it happens, so be it. Ideally, I would like it to stay around. Just at least for one more turn. With Witty Roastmaster, we should be able to again get a huge amount of pump there. On the other hand, they are going to start gaining a ton of life, which might lock us out of the game. Okay, opponents, what will you do? What will you do? Okay. Anything else? Please no spot removal. No fight spells. No fight spells. No touchy. No touchy. Okay. Okay, nice. Okay, so we got the gold saucer, so we got what we need. Witty Roastmaster coming on in. Taking away. Okay, so here we should be able to now get a nice burst of damage here. Make a token. Big pump here. And a lot of burn. Nice. There we go. That's what you want the deck to do, everybody. Okay, we're slowly starting to close the gap. Alright, down to 10. Okay, it's still not enough, though. Even as we swing, we'll make one more token, but that's still not enough. So we're going to have to wait it out just a little bit more. One of the things, at least that's decent about this deck, is you don't have to always attack. But against smaller, weaker decks, maybe like a mono blue deck here or there, or anything that's like light on removal, you should be able to then get swings in for free. But against a green deck, they got big boys. That's the reason why it's kind of hard for us to do our real thing. Also, not to mention, Great Henge, Silverback means they can gain a ton of life and kind of recuperate fast. We need more bursts of damage. Okay, opponents, they're at 10. In theory, we have enough to actually beat them next turn. In theory. If they don't have a creature's... They do have. Okay. Repeat that down. Okay. So... Are they out of creature spells? If they do, then that means the banner and the Ornithopter are at least out of range, which is nice. Still getting more lands, which is okay for us. That at least provides us another way to recast Slash. Bring our opponent down to 18. Still no swings yet. Jeez. Just getting all that life gain is just such a frustrating experience. Okay. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. We're not going to rage. We're not going to rage. Not today. Okay. One card. So that means we can ping for 3. Burnish Heart doesn't get any pump from the banner, but that's okay. All we're just looking to do is just get enough damage here where we can start closing out this game, but they moved themselves back up to 20. Okay, Hedron Archive, not amazing, but I guess it kind of does something. Burnish Heart. More pings. So we're just trying to keep them in check as much as we can. Hedron Archive. And pass the turn here. So, we sacrifice the Burnish Heart, get some lands, or Hedron Archive can just draw into more cards. At least we have options here. We got options. We got options. Okay, opponent, what will you do? What else could our opponent be having in hand? They have 5 cards in hand. They haven't had a chance to do much of a major swing here. On the other hand, I mean, we kind of have almost what we need for lethal. Even if we... I don't know. Does our opponent not have anything? No creatures? Opponent, what do you have in hand? I'm very curious now. You haven't really had a chance to really pump or swing, so I'm guessing you're out of creatures. Did your Ranger class also fizzle with Great Henge? I don't know. I don't know. I'm very confused. A little scared, but if I... On the other hand, if they had anything threatening, they've already used it by now, right? Okay. Timeouts are coming. Opponents? You there? Hello? Hello? Opponents? You? Are you there? Did you need to use the restroom? Getting an Amazon package? Did you even disconnect? I don't know. I really wish Wizards kind of showed us something to indicate, like, something happened. Because when you get disconnected, you don't know what your opponent, if they actually are disconnected or not. So, at this point, you know, anything can happen. But in any case, so, while I'm waiting here for life to move on, depending on how long this takes, I think we have time for maybe one more budget version of this deck. After that, don't worry. We will be playing the upgraded version right after this. So it's coming. It's coming, everyone. Don't worry. Okay, our opponent is highlighting our cards, so they're there. Okay. But they're running out of time. They got a couple seconds beforehand. Oh, Thrashing Bronze. Okay, they actually do have Artifact Heat. So, what are they getting? Hedron Archive? Okay, so it has... So dang it. I have to sacrifice this now. Might as well get the value. We'll draw some cards. Okay. Okay, Mechanized Warfare is not bad. That actually might be able to help us out here a bit. If they sacrifice the Thrashing Brontodon, they can do that too if they want to. Okay, so what do? They destroy another artifact. Okay, so Heraldic Banner goes bye-bye. No, our banner weakens us. Okay. Is that it, opponents? Are you swinging? They are swinging, okay. So, let's see. We have to sponge the hit, or we are dead. On the other hand, if we can get them on the backswing, we might have a shot. Maybe. All depends on what our opponent does here. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures. Okay. We can go down to 1 if we want to. 1, 2. And based on how much mana they have, I guess I can stop this. Okay. Is that it? Did our opponent get trample? Are we dead? Opponent, do you have any combat tricks? I'm sure you have a combat trick. Watch. 2 mana open. Ooh. Down to 1. Is that it? Do they have a post-combat trick? If Slash dies, then we're dead for sure. If Slash doesn't die, we have a shot. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have blocked with Slash. No. Yeah. Dang it. Okay. So, that hurt us a lot there. I mean, without Slash, we are... Wait, what? Our opponent gave up? Opponents! Okay. Yay! I wasn't expecting that, but yay! Wait, did we have... Okay, so how much damage we would have done with the Mechanized War? Okay, so on top of what we had, so that would have been 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, and then with the Goblin Bombardment. Oh, okay. We actually did have lethal. Okay. I was about to be like, oh, did he just early concede? Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. So in theory there, we actually did have lethal. So I guess that worked out. I guess that did work out. Yay. Okay. Let's do one more on the budget version, everyone. And if you do like the deck, and if you want to see how much more stronger it could be, stick around because don't worry. This is going to get a nice little power boost in just a moment. So we're going to be doing that in just a little bit, everybody. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be great. Okay. Okay. So, feel good about that one. I wasn't expecting to win that one. To be honest, if Slash died, I was like, oh man, we're not going to survive this. So, lesson learned there. I guess don't get too greedy. Got to be a little conservative with him. Oh, they're playing Raph and Mikey. Okay. These two definitely are troublemakers. I've seen people play this card to cheat big stuff out there. So, if you guys don't know, Raph and Mikey has been a very hot card recently across various formats because of what it does. It's an expensive card, but as you can see here, when they attack, they can reveal the top card of their library until they get a creature card and put that onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. So this mostly triggers off big creatures. We need to find a way to get around that quick. I know, I always say I feel like, I'm sure someone out there is going to call me out on this, but I'm going to say it. Yes, I admit. I always say the plan is, of course, to play quick, but that doesn't always work for us. I'm still going to say it, though. I'm still going to say it. Okay, we'll pass here. All right, opponents. Getting that ramp going. I mean, playing Gruul means they have decent ramp and decent mana dorks. Okay. Opponents. Okay. Copperline Gorge. It's a pretty good one. Traverse the Uvenwald for a basic. Okay, they got their mountain. Got the demolition field, so that's not too shabby. We can use that later on. Nothing yet, of course. We might have to do this the fair way, since we don't have any mana accelerants. Okay, they got an Explorer. All right. So they're definitely going to try to ramp here fast. Prismatic Vista. That's cute. Even if I blow up stuff with the demolition field, then I guess that might not matter, because they're still going to get ramped no matter what. Flick a coin. Okay. So for this... Actually, wait. We'll wait. If they get a mana dork, we'll ping it. If not, at the very least, we can just draw a card, make a treasure. So that means Slash can come out next turn very quickly. Okay. Opponents. Playing Command Beacon. Invasion is Zendikar. Okay. They will get some more lands. Okay, so they definitely have everything they need in a turn. We're going to have to be... We don't really have a way of dealing with it with mono red. At least not a big enough burn spell to stop that. Okay, flick a coin. Ping. Draw a card. Okay, more mountains. That's fine. Strike it, Rich. That'll be good for later. Okay, Slash coming in now. They have Trample and Haste with Raph and Mikey, so that means we are going to have to deal with whatever big boy is coming at us this turn. This is going to hurt, isn't it? Opponents? They're thinking about all possible strategies right now with their commander in hand and 6 cards. They've got currently 6 mana open. Do they have an answer yet? They're thinking. They're definitely deep thinking. Our opponent here is like, how do I get Infernoman? How do I stop him? At least that's what I was thinking. Okay. Okay, no rush, opponent. Take your time. It's okay. Not going anywhere. I mean, I can't really go anywhere right now anyway. Okay. Anytime now. Okay, so that is their last bit of mana there. Okay, crack the wood foothills. I'm guessing they're going to Shockland. If they are playing fast lands, they got to get a Shockland. Oh no, they got a forest. Okay, Rapid Monkey coming in. So what? Big boys swinging. Summon Bahamut's? Oh, come on! No! Slash go bye-bye. Ugh. Okay. So I'm guessing they have their decks stacked with big bombs. I don't know if we're going to survive this one, but it's okay, everyone. If we lose, we lose. Alright, Swiftfoot Boots, which would have been nice a turn ago, but okay. Demolition Field. I guess we'll play Zuko. Oh, I forgot they can still destroy stuff, can they? Yeah. Alright. Yeah, well, we're not going to survive this one, everyone. The next swing right now kills us anyway, so... Ugh, that was terrible. We got blown out there hard, so... It's okay, everyone, it's okay. Yep. Zachary, joining us on the chat here. Hello, my fire friend. Good afternoon. How are you doing today? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. And you were 100% correct, because I was like, wait, Bahamut, Mikey, and Raph? Yeah, that's lethal anyway, so yeah. That was a painful one, but that's okay. That's okay. Either way, we're going to then take now a moment to move away from the budget deck, but I still liked it for what it does. When it goes off, it is hilarious. When it doesn't go off, you can feel the clunkiness. However, if you still like the deck and you do want to see what it can do if you want to go all out, then you're going to see right now how we can really really push the limits of this deck. So here's now the upgraded version we're going to play for the remainder of the stream that hopefully will help us get some more victories in. So obviously we'll keep Slash here, but we're going to give him a lot more stronger support that'll help us get through our game plan here. So we're going to have some stronger stuff such as Ragavan here. I'm pretty sure I don't have to mention Ragavan. This dirty little monkey, of course, does so much for us, so we're definitely going to abuse him with our treasure, stealing our opponent's stuff, so we can just definitely do some massive emotional damage. Shadow Spear here will now be one of our better replacements. So this, of course, can turn off hexproof and indestructible shenanigans, so we can just burn things out. But realistically, putting this on Slash means he will not only have trample, but also he'll have lifelink, so we can definitely get some big swings to get us some more life back. So that's actually going to be good for us. Other upgrades, we want to still try to see if we can make more tokens. So we're going to throw in Corey Steelcutter. Unfortunately, Wizards still wanted to get this nerfed, so the nerf does hit us here in Brawl. But the alchemy buff, or I should say nerf, the alchemy nerf means that we just don't get trample with it. We can still get haste, but we, of course, are not as strong as we should be. So just FYI. Otherwise, other upgrades for the deck that are going to help us out here, we'll keep most of the other stuff as is because we want to try to get tokens as much as possible. Hexing Squelcher will be another one of our better goblins for us. Not only can it be countered, but this means that all of our spells now can't be countered. So while we didn't run into any control decks per se in Brawl, it doesn't hurt to have it. Not to mention making everything get Ward 2 to pay 2 life is going to be really, really dirty against our opponent because they're going to have to take a lot of damage here in order for us to get through our defenses. So that's going to be good for us. In terms of other upgrades for us, we're going to throw in Roiling Vortex. So this is another way we can turn off life gain and ping our opponent. The pings will stack up very quickly with other cards that we have, such as our Mechanized Warfare, or of course our Torbrand. So that'll help us, of course, speed up our process. We'll throw in also Runaway Steamkin here. So this is another way we can just use it for pseudo ramping. As long as we keep casting red spells, put counters on it. We can remove 3 counters to add 3 mana. So this will be a very nice way for us to kind of help us with that. Other upgrades for the deck that's going to help us out here. Let's see. We'll throw in Razorkid Needlehead. So for decks that get a little cheeky with their card draw, we'll throw this in and we can ping our opponent every time they draw a card. If this hopefully can stack up again with cards like our Mechanized Warfare and Torbrand here, that'll be massive swings of damage to our opponent's face. So just FYI for that. We'll also throw in here, finally on the 2-drop slot, Ruby Medallion. Gives all of our red spells 1 less to cast. So of course, just cheapens everything. And then going in now to the 3-drop slot, Bone Crusher Giant looks like it's a little clunky for our deck, but hear me out for 1 second. Bone Crusher Giant's Stomp ability is the reason why we want him. It means that, again, damage can't be prevented for a turn, and we can do 2 damage to any target. So even if we say that we have to hit ourselves for whatever reason, or if they have hexproof, we can just make sure we can just push the damage through no matter what. So that's the reason why we're going to throw in Bone Crusher Giant. Fable, the Mirror Breaker here, great for us because creates for us a token, helps us ramp, draws cards. It does so much, so we definitely have to throw this in. And creating token copies of a non-legendary creatures will definitely help us speed up the process. Maybe we can then bolster up our Gatekeepers here, or any of our other cards that can just ping away at our opponent. So definitely got to throw that into the deck. Otherwise, we'll throw in Urbrass Forge. Unless if our opponent can blow this up, this card will get out of control and can snowball. Sometimes it can even win games on its own with its ability here. As we keep adding oil counters to it, we'll create a stronger Phyrexian Horror with Trample and Haste, and it'll get bigger and bigger as the game progresses. And it is a token that can swing, so it does trigger off with Slash and all of our other pingers here, so definitely got to throw that in. We'll throw in also as another upgrade for us, Count on Luck. So this can help us just, I guess this is kind of like our mono red Phyrexian Arena. It won't help us draw cards initially, but at the same time, we don't lose life. It just helps us, of course, exile the top card of our library and we can play the card. So it just helps us, again, churn through our whole deck. We'll throw in Goblin Chain Whirler here. This is a cute little, you may not see it this way, but I see it as a Wrath. But this, of course, does stack up with Mechanized Warfare again and Torbrand to just do more and more damage if we can just ping our opponent away and hopefully just blow up the board. We'll keep other cards that help us ramp because, again, ramp with red is kind of bad. So we're just going to just work with our jank as much as possible. That's why you've noticed we still keep the Environmental Science. We're going to keep the Heraldic Banner and the Burnished Heart. We'll, of course, throw in the original OG God of Burn himself, Perforos. We actually played a Perforos deck, I think, 2 years ago, but with Slash here, I guess you could argue that Perforos might be better, but Slash at least gives you a way to then create more tokens. Then again, Perforos also is indestructible, so whichever one you want to swap for, either one works great for the deck. So kind of mix and match. Your mileage varies depending on however you want to do it. But otherwise, Perforos definitely at least is good for the deck no matter what. Chandra Torch of Defiance here, so we just use this again as pseudo card draw advantage, pseudo ramp, and then spot removal. Does a little bit of everything, so great for our decks. We're going to throw it in there as well. Keep Koth, of course. Keep Kranko, as I mentioned. We'll then throw in Ojer, Axonil, Deepest Might, another amazing card for our deck here. If a red source we control will deal an amount of damage that's non-combat to that's less than Ojer's power, we can then rebalance it. So I know that sounds, I guess I made that sound a little clunky, but hear me out. So in other words, with Ojer's power at 4, if we're pinging for any one of our 1-mana pingers, he will rebalance it to deal 4 damage instead because his power is 4. So whatever power he's at will equal out to that ping. That means we can close out games very fast if Ojer stays on the field. Even if he gets blown up, he can at least flip into a land, so we can use him for a couple of other things, so that's good. We'll also throw in Sophrim, Mayhem Dominus. Not the strongest of the Phyrexian legendaries, but it still goes great with our deck because it can double the damage to a player or permanent instead. I'm trying to remember, though, how this works damage-wise with Torbrand's ability and the Mechanized Warfare, because those are additive, but Sophrim here is multiplicative. So I'm trying to remember now how the math works. I don't know. We'll figure it out once we actually start swinging and doing damage with it. Just know in theory, it'll just help us stack more damage. We'll keep, of course, the Cosmo Elixir, keep your Hedron Archive, keep your Sad Robot there. We're going to throw in at least one Wrath for the deck that's a bigger one, Burn Down the House, because this is also good for us because we can either ping with it for making Devil tokens, or we can just use it to deal 5 damage to each creature and each Planeswalker to clear the board. Keep Zooko, of course, and the final piece will be Insult/Injury here. Another card that can help us make sure that damage can't be prevented, and also any source of damage we can deal damage with will deal double that damage. So this can be also another good finisher for the deck. And if it becomes Injury, I know it's not really a strong Aftermath card, but if we need something in a pinch, 2 damage to a target creature and 2 damage to a player or Planeswalker. And then finally, to wrap this up, we're going to upgrade, of course, our mana base. Thankfully, though, we are mono red, so you can keep all the mountains if you'd like to. You can put in more utility, but don't go too low on the utility because you still want to make sure that you have what you need to cast your spells. So besides this 26 mountains, we'll throw in an Arena of Glory. Use this to exert. This is going to be good with Slasher to make sure he can come in swinging. Castle Embereth can also pump up all of our creatures. Fire Nation Palace gives one of our creatures firebending, so that means we can cast something at instant speed with that extra mana. We'll throw in, of course, Lid Bulm here. Industrial Regency creates for us a Wizard token. The Wizard token can also do some more pings on its own as long as we cast non-creature spells. We'll throw in, what's it here? Volcano of Roku's Island / Volaket. So this is an amazing card and goes great with all of our mountains. So anytime we have at least 5 or other mountains, anytime another mountain enters, deal 3 damage to any target. We're not a landfall deck, but hey, that helps us out with a little bit of lightning bolting to our opponent's face. And of course, for all of our other stuff here, we'll just keep the usual. Keep the Gold Saucers, the Rogue Passage. Fountain Port is going to be a new upgrade for us. Sacrificing extra tokens we need to draw cards. Creating some tokens for us, or whatever we need to. Keep the Demolition Field and the Volatile Fault as our other final pieces. Oh, actually, I realize here, we'll probably trim away one more mountain for one more thing. Hold on one second here. There is one other card I actually do want to throw in, because it's not going to happen too often, but you never know. We'll throw in at least our... What's it here? Oh yeah, Scavenger Grounds. We're going to throw in that. Scavenger Grounds is just covering at least Graveyard Hate for mono red. But otherwise, that's now the upgraded version of the deck, everyone. So, can this version here hang in the Brawl formats? Well, only one way to find out. So let's get this going here with our upgraded version of Slash. All right, feeling pretty good about this one. Feel good. As you notice, yeah, we did trim away quite a few of our weaker token enablers, but that's a small price to pay for the bigger stuff that we hopefully can do big swings with. So hopefully we'll be able to pull this off here. Okay, we're fighting against Kotus here. So we'll see. Can we get around a Kotus before it starts stealing our cards? Okay, let's see. We've got the Grabbed Prize. Got the mage. Ojer's nice. Heraldic Banner. Okay. If we can just get our ramp on, maybe a third land drop would be great here, and we should be good to go. Okay, so we'll keep this hand. Okay, deck. Give me another land and we should be solid. Okay, no land yet, but that's okay. We still got time. We still got time. Would love to get that Ojer down fast, though. Okay, Mechanized Warfare. Not quite what we have yet, so I think... Let's hit grab the prize. We'll throw away our mage. We need a land drop for sure. Okay, there, we got him on land drop. That's good. That's just what we need. For now, though... Okay, code is coming in. Ugh, that's not good, but that's okay. Mountain. We will... What do we want to do here? I don't know which way they're going to take Codis. For now, Kranko's command. Because we need to at least chump block. I don't want him to steal our stuff just yet. If he pumps it, then we are also in trouble. So let's see what our opponent does here. Oh, that Migratory Greyhorn. Ugh. So it looks like it's going to be a mutate version of him. Okay. Okay. If we can get to a fourth land drop also, Ojer also can help us out here. Block for one. Gotta make sure he doesn't steal stuff for now. Otherwise, let's see here. Heraldic Banner. On red. No attacks. We gotta try to survive on the backswing for a little bit. Eternal Thirst. Okay. Has lifelink. Oh. Ooh. That's a nasty, nasty aura. It's actually an arena default card? Huh. Is this a real card actually then? I should look this up later on. Or maybe someone in the chat can look it up for me. Opponents? What you got? Gold vein, pick. Okay. They can equip it if they want to now. Okay. So they swing still. We got a block. Don't want our opponent stealing our stuff just yet. But we also don't really have a way of dealing with an indestructible. Okay, so... Solemn Simulacrum. He gets for us a basic. So we're stalling as much as we can. As much as we possibly can. Okay, so... We have options next turn. But I don't know which way we can take this. Opponent's going to start stealing stuff fast, but Razorkin Needlehead and Ojer alone could slow our opponent down. Okay. Now I kind of wish we packed, we're going to pack something that also does -1/- counters. Okay. Now they're starting to get their trample going, so... Ugh, now we're going to start losing our cards here very quickly. And that's one of the things I absolutely hate is I hate getting our cards stolen. Okay, Scavenger Grounds at least was drawn. So what did they take from us? Okay, they took our insult to injury. Okay, not anything scary, but... Still, I don't like our stuff taken. Okay, insult to injury, I guess. Scuzz back. Okay, well, the injury now is in our graveyard, so I guess we can use that to help us out. Okay, Talisman of Resilience. Okay. Opponents. Alright, so we got Zuko. So let's see. How do we want to do this? Is there a way out of this, or are we dead? Okay. Razorkin. Ojer. Scavenger Grounds. Ping our opponents. Hit him for 5. That's lovely. Okay. Do they get rid of the skeleton? Okay, they do. So they're going to use that then to, I guess, go back and forth. Okay, our opponent is going to start really stealing our stuff here. But with Ojer and Razorkin alone, that actually can provide for us a good amount of damage. I would love for us to get Slash out now, though. Now. So we lose Ojer. He doesn't die, he just flips into a land. So I guess that kind of helps a little bit there. opponent has literally everything stacked up on it. And they're going to keep mutating. Okay. So, if I could turn off their life gain, that's our only other way of getting to a victory. That and also chump blocking for days. I don't know if our deck can pull it off with what we have. Okay, they swing. We have to take the damage because I don't want to lose Razorkin just yet. They go up to 52. And they steal all of our cards. Okay, what did they get? A lot of mountains, apparently. Bone Crusher. Chandra. Okay. Okay. I'll give this one more turn. Because, one, again, I hate getting my cards stolen. And also, realistically, they're snowballing faster than we can. So I don't think we're going to have a shot to beating our opponent here. Just want to try one more time, okay? They just take everything good from us. Okay. But, I mean, I guess you can see now where some of the weaknesses of a deck like this comes into play. Stuff that also you have a little bit of trouble with. Okay. 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 Let's take everything from us. How dare they?
I'm totally the best pyromancy
Okay.
student.
Anything else, opponents? Anything else? Do they take down? I guess they don't really need to because they have everything they need. Okay, we have 8 mana open. Is there any hope?
Find your fires of passion within.
Or are we done? Okay, we need Rosemasters, so Zugo. Okay, make a token. So they have Lifelink, Indestructible, and Reach. Wait, do they not have... Hold on. Hold on. Let me check what they have. If they don't have Trample, I guess we can still sponge hits? Okay, they don't have Trample. At least not right now. Okay, well, they're getting their Mutate on. Okay, is that it? Opponents? Okay, they make some tokens. It's fine.
I brought something.
Another token there. Big swing here. Okay. Okay, I think we stopped the Ragavan. I'm tired of getting my stuff stolen. Okay, opponent. Down to 7. And alright. Well, that was painful. Again, one of my least favorite commanders to fight against. But it's okay, everyone. It's okay. As always, I try not to early scoop, but I try to at least play it out. Sometimes we've had miracles, but that just wasn't one of those games. It's okay, though. It's okay. As long as we're having fun, as long as we're enjoying ourselves, that's what matters, right? That's what matters. I'm not the kind of person that rages too often. I do have my moments, though. But I guess that leads me to a question is, has there ever been a commander you just go, oh no, I don't want to face you? But out of trying to be at least a good sport, hanging in there for the duration of the game. Let me know in the comments, everyone, your most disliked commanders to face against. And let me know of a time that maybe you found yourself in a situation where you didn't want to play. But again, it probably would have been rude to just scoop instantly. Or are you a person that just scoops the moment you know you can't win? I know there's a couple of you that are out there like that. But until we get to that, let's see. Okay, so we got the Faithless Looting for draw. Molten Gatekeeper and Razorkin will be nice for us. Zur is also another one of those cards we have trouble with. But then again, Mono Red already has a bad time dealing with enchantments. So that's our biggest issue when it comes to our deck is we don't have many options against enchantments. But I'm sure many of you who have seen or who have played against decks like mine, you kind of know already what to deal with there. Seer Slicer. Enters tapped, unfortunately. That's okay. That's okay. If they don't put a creature down, Molten Gatekeeper can slowly start pinging away at our opponent here. Or not. No. Alright, the Blind Obedience doing its thing. They get rid of our creature. We manifest Dread. Okay, so I guess that means Kari Zev can come in. I guess that's not horrible. Unless they have more spot removal, but then I don't know why you would waste that much on one card. Okay, Watery Grave. Okay, they do ping themselves. So, Molten Gatekeeper enters tapped. We swing here, down to 21. We'll flip Kari Zev in just a moment, so hopefully that should help us out a little bit. Blind Obedience is only annoying if they start using that Extort. Okay, here comes Zur. Alright. So, Shocking Sharpshooter, tapped. We flip. We swing. Ping with the monkey. 18. Opponent can only do 1 point to block, so they're probably going to block the monkey. That's fine. Monkey dies anyway, every turn, every way, so it doesn't really matter too much. Biggest thing is we just want to make sure we can get in Slash and start doing some massive damage before they answer us with enchantments. Enchantment creatures we control. Okay. Okay. We are tapped out, so if our opponent wants to start doing stuff, now is the turn to do it. If they have their key enchantments, right? Auras. Okay. Opponent trying to go off here. It's okay. It's okay. We can do this. We can do this. Okay, opponent, what you got? Diabolic Intent. Ooh. They extort. Wait, which version of this is from? Is this from... Oh, it's Final Fantasy IX. Okay. That's cool art, by the way. Okay. Opponent is tapped out, though, so maybe this is our chance to start doing stuff. Okay, we got a Castle Embereth. That's cool. Let's see here. Razorkin... Actually, no. Slash. Slash. We gotta get Slash in now. Might as well get him in while we can. Ping. Ping. So from here... Big swing here again. There we go. All of our pingers doing their best. We're trying to stay in this game, everybody. Down to 9. They blocked the monkey again. No surprise. Down to 8. Down to 5. So... Can we close this out here? No, we can't. Opponents. Okay. Alright. I guess we're resetting the board there. But that did cost our opponent a turn. Because that means they had to do all of that in order to stop us. Okay. Arena of Glory. We don't need that yet. Or maybe we do. Actually, hold on. We'll exert. Oh, wait. I forgot. Never mind. Wow, I'm stupid. I realize now that's stupid extort. Okay. That doesn't really help us out that much, everyone. Okay. It's okay. I don't know how to play Magic, everyone. I don't know. I'm just a fireball. Okay, throw away 2 lands. We don't need those. Okay, I guess we'll Faithless Looting a second time. Rogue's Passage. Okay. I guess Koth isn't bad. He can help us kind of ramp, so that means we could throw away... Actually, no, hold on. Throw away the Tectonic Hazard, the Mountain. Okay. Okay. For our opponent starts drawing cards, though, at least we can start pinging. So we do have at least one threat to still keep hope alive. Arcane Signet. Okay. Do they start extorting? I think that's going to be their way of trying to keep alive against us. No, they got the Anxiety Spur. Okay. That's annoying. Not the worst, though. Fire Nation Palace. Okay. Play the Rogue's Passage first. Play Koth. If our opponent doesn't have any more spot removal, we can start at least ramping here fast. Okay, get our mountains. The only awkward part also about Molten Gatekeeper is we can bring it back, but we can't ping with it until we start having more creatures. Dang. Ugh. Blind Obedience. We've used the card before, so it's not a bad card. It's just, against us right now, it's very frustrating. We are going to be set back constantly a turn just to do stuff. Okay. Opponent, do you bring in Zur yet? That is 5 mana, but that means you only have 1 mana open. And a Koth here will ultimate fast. We do have an option to stop him. Leyline of Hope. Okay. Opponent's trying to stay in there. They're trying. We will tick up again. Koth can hopefully ultimate next turn. So for now, Fire Nation Palace comes down. We will... Do we bring in Slash now? Guess we might as well. Okay. Pass. Okay. Can we do it? 2 cards in hand. They have Zur. They have enough to cast him. They have enough to turn on his ability. Is this going to be enough? And it is not, because our opponent had no more answers in hand. So yes, we get the victory there.
Heroes in a half shell.
Turtle power goes to us. Yay! Okay. Phew. Okay. I was kind of sweating there for a second because I thought, oh man, we're not going to win. But okay, our opponent had no answers, so he let us get that one. Yay. I'm feeling good about that. Okay. So overall, I know we're going to go over this near the end of the stream, but as always, let me know again how you're feeling about the deck overall, everyone. Do you like it so far? Do you dislike it? Are you just curious to see how it all plays out? Let me know, everyone, what you are thinking. I would love to hear from all y'all. But okay. Oh yeah, also random question. How's the weather for everyone right now in the middle of March? Some of y'all I know that I chat with are like halfway around the world. Right now for me where I'm at, it is blazing hot. I guess for me as a fireball, yeah, I don't mind that heat too much. Actually, I am born in August, so I guess you mean I'm a summer baby, and I definitely am all about the heat. So I don't mind summer weather, except for when I'm sweating profusely. I know, fireball sweating, yep, it can happen. Okay, anyways, moving aside from my own goofiness there. Okay, so we got the Flame Breather, got the Seer Seismic Goblin, so we can start pinging our opponent. We have a Cosmo Elixir to help us kind of start stabilizing and draw, so that's good. Ramanop Ruins is not the best of our cards here, but it technically does count as a red source, so we are going to use it. Opponent is playing with an Alchemy card, which is disgusting, by the way, but that's okay. If our opponent wants to be a dirty Alchemy player, hey, that's up to them. No hate here. Well, maybe a little bit of annoyance, but no hate. Goblin coming in. Okay, they sacrifice the Wooded Foothills. Do they pull out a Shockland, or is it just Surveil Land? I'm guessing it's one of those, or a Triome. It's got to be one of those 3. I'm going to say Surveil Land. Come on, show me Surveil Land. Ooh, it's a Triome after all. Okay. I guess I was wrong. Emperor Apatzek until the 4th. Oh, we lost our Goblin there. Boo, opponents. Don't be that person. It's fine. It's fine. So for now, we can also can't awkwardly play our Annex, so I guess we'll play the Flame Breather. Okay, well, I guess that does work. Sort of. Okay. So let's see, do they play him now? Whenever another creature you control enters, that creature perpetually gains haste if its power is 4 or greater. Oh, stupid. Okay, it's fine, opponents. Play your dirty alchemy cards. Okay, no attacks. So with the Scuzz back, we can make at least a treasure token, and then Solemn can get another land, and hopefully that can help us get to what we need. Hopefully we can also get Solemn down quick. Opponents, what you got? Opponents? They're thinking hard. I want to make sure they make the right play here. If they do bring in the Bone Crusher... Okay, they don't. Ilson Kyriad. Okay, that's a choice. No swings. We will Blight 1 on Kessig. Okay, that's cool. So that means now... I just want to ramp a little bit more. We got to make sure at least we can get our stuff castable. Get a mountain, okay. Okay, not too bad. No attacks. So at least with Scuzz back, we could put those on Simulacrum if we need to, just to get a couple more treasures. So that we are now at what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Not too shabby, right? Okay. He gains haste because of reasons. Okay. Entis Restoration. Okay, so they sacrifice their mountain. Okay, it looks like our opponent has been struggling to also get their lands. So they're trying to also get their ramp package going. Okay, opponent, do they swing? They can swing if they want to. We actually do have decent ways to block. Ooh, Valakut. Okay. We will put a token on the Simulacrum. Okay, although that enters tap, that's fine. Small price to pay for now. Sophrim. Coming in. We'll play Annex. Alright. Okay, no attacks. But Sophrum really will now help us speed up this clock. If we can get Slash in next turn, then we're definitely in this game. But our opponents, if it's toughness 4 or greater, okay, so they gain life or they gain haste. If its mana value is 4 or greater, they get a creature. Oh, they got the Declaration Stone. Alright, it's fine. Opponent does not want us to start pinging away. Okay. Now Fateful happens too. Okay. Well, that stinks. So we do get a token at least off of that. 2 tokens at least. It's not the worst. Opponents? Alright. Okay. Opponent, anything else? Okay, hold on. I have to think about our plays here, everyone. So give me a second here. I need to think about this. Okay, sorry, everyone. Someone was at the door, so I just wanted to make sure, like, I have a package coming in today. Got some good stuff. Okay, so we will sacrifice our Simulacrum, draw a card. We will definitely do that. Okay, yay. More mountains. So, still can't trigger off Valakut yet, but that's okay. We're getting close to that. For now, Slash coming in. Big Turtle Boy. Okay. Nothing else yet. So we can't do anything for a turn or so. But we do have some clues. So I guess we could use these to then maybe draw a card or two. See what our opponent does. Okay. Ilharg, okay. Big boy. Ugh. That's why I hate alchemy cards. Okay, so it's going to give it for sure. It's shenanigans. That means he's going to start swinging. Ilharg here. When he attacks, he can put down a card. So it doesn't even have to cast it, so... Oh, they got the Thrash. Okay, so... Dang, our opponent's got what they need. Guess we'll sacrifice. So we lose our commander. Goes back to the command zone. Opponent swings. Yes, they do. Can't even block with our satyrs, so that's a little clunky too. Okay. Okay, big swing from everything. They're drawing cards. Ugh. Inferno Titan. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, yeah, we're getting blown out here pretty hard. It's another style of deck that I'm usually not fond of. And I know some people will be like, huh, I'm surprised you don't play that Infernoman. Not fond of cheating big stuff into play. It's just not my jam. I don't know why. I guess I'm just because I've grown up in the era of fair magic. So that's kind of where I'm at. For anybody that's wondering, like, what types of decks I play, I like to play fair magic decks. So I guess that's why I kind of play things that look like they're very underpowered. But I have fun with it. Okay, Torbrand would be nice, but at the same time, we might be out of time here. Torbrand. Ping ourselves down to 5. Play the mountain. Yeah. I'm pretty sure at this point we'll be dead. Getting 1 free swing here down to 3. Or I'm sorry, down to 29. Doing 3 damage, I meant. Okay. Draw a card. They ping again for 3. I put him back to 26. But that's not enough. Okay. Inferno Titan again. So, yeah, we're dead. Dang, what a heartbreaker that was. Okay, it's fine, everyone. It's fine. Despite that, we are still going to trudge along just a little bit longer, everyone. Do not worry. We're still going to keep playing just a little bit more. Looking at the clock, though, we're looking at probably about another, I'm going to say right now, 30 minutes. So we're looking at maybe, I don't do long streams because, again, I have a big boy job I got to get to. But before then, we're still going to try to see if we can get a couple more wins in. And as always, once we get to the end of the stream, don't worry. We'll go over the deck itself, what we liked, what we disliked, and maybe some considerations from that. If you stick around beyond that, we'll then, of course, give you a sneak peek as to what's to come for the next live stream, which hopefully should be tomorrow or Sunday morning. And we'll give you an idea of what we're going to be building for our next deck tech that's dropping. Should be Monday or Tuesday morning. So they are coming, everyone. They are coming. All right, so from here, okay, We'll keep this hand. We should be good with this. Opponent is playing with Roxanne. This is also another one of those cards that kind of slipped by. I wanted to play this card, but just didn't have enough time to put together something for it before we moved on to the next set. But don't worry, we'll be getting back to a bunch of other cards I've been kind of putting together on my to-do list. They are coming. But until then, all right. Hidden Woods, okay. So from here, Great Furnace. Okay, so we can get down the count on luck, but I think I want to get down Heraldic Banner first. So I think we'll do that. Okay, another mountain, that's good. I think, let's see, hold on. No, actually, we can hit Roxanne with that. So we're going to wait it out for a second. Hitting their mana dorks is tempting, but we want to make sure we can get down what we need first. Gaussing device, okay. So they're going to try to start getting artifacts with Roxanne. That's cute. Opponent swinging. We'll wait it out. Okay. Opponents. Mountain. Heraldic Banner. 3 cards in hand, opponents. Obviously name red. Okay, so we have what we need. So that's going to be 5 mana next turn. Slash can come out, but so can Witty Roastmaster. They swinging. Okay, opponent's going to be waiting, it looks like, so they're just trying to get aggro. Ooh, they missed their land drop. Okay, well, that's good for us. That is definitely good for us. So with that... we can do that instant speed? Okay, that's even better. That's even better. So for that... let's see here. Tectonic Hazard. They will lose their mana dork here, so that slows them down. So if they miss their land drop, that helps us out a ton. Okay. Wait it out here. If we're anticipating Roxanne's going to try to come in, we can still blow them away with Cathartic Pyre. Okay. Oh, they got the Cultivate. Okay. That's cool. Opponents. Digging out their mountain and forest. Okay. Mountain come down. And, okay. I guess we'll do it now. Get a Black Wizard off of that. I don't know how often we're going to trigger that, but little buddy here is going to try to hold down the fort. I believe in you, little guy. You can do this. Hang in there, little wizard. You can hopefully start pinging with us very soon. Let's put in Slash now, then. Slash coming in. Okay, 8-5. I kind of wish his ability allowed us to do damage with any creature that attacks. That actually would have been sweet. I think that actually would have made the card much better. But it's okay. It's okay, everyone. 5 cards in hand, opponents. Is this the turn Roxanne comes in? Are they anticipating spot? Oh, they got first light. Oh, wait. Opponents. Wait, why did you do that? I realized that was 4 damage, not 5. Oh, okay. Yay. I guess I'll take a free turn here, opponent. Thank you very much. I don't know why they did that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've done my share of clunky plays myself. So we've done similar things. But this definitely now means we got a giant, and I do mean huge momentum boost from this. Down to 11. Okay. Well, again, I don't know if our opponent made a mistake on counting there, but that came in our favor, so I will take advantage of that. Okay, so for here, while that's on the stack, Roxanne goes bye-bye. Ping our opponent. Down to 10. Okay. There we go. Roxanne is off the field for a little bit. They do make at least 1 token with that. And the meteorite will do 2 damage, so I'm guessing they either take out... Oh, they take out the Roastmaster, don't they? Yeah. Okay. That is a solid choice. Okay, here we go. Mountain. And our opponent has had enough. I don't know if that was partially because of the Shame Scoop or they just had nothing in hand, but hey, I will take advantage of that. Yeah. All right. Okay. Got a victory off of that one. Okay. So, still feeling pretty good. We've had a decent win rate so far. I mean, I think the deck is performing a little less than I was expecting, but it's okay. Mono red, I know definitely feels like it's the weakest color. In fact, I even did a whole video on that about why I think it is the weakest color. But despite that, we're still hanging in there. We're still getting our wins here and there. Okay. So, shaking it off here. And we're going to see, while we're waiting for our opponent to get in. All right. Ooh, they're playing Zada. This might be interesting. Zada kind of does a lot of the things we do, but they need one good pump spell, and that could blow our entire board away. I should know because we put together our own Zada deck on a budget, like an ultra budget version if you're interested. That's actually in the, that should be in the, I think it's in one of my playlists. I put together that. If you're curious, check it out, everyone. It's a cool deck. Okay. Yep, we got the Goblin Bombardment opponents. That's right. So we can start pinging away if we need to in a pinch. Battlecry Goblin, okay. Ooh, they got the new artwork one. That's kind of cool. But for us, play the Ragavan. We're going to wait, actually. If our opponent blows away Ragavan, so be it. I'm expecting that. But the Battlecry Goblin, we can just kill right now. Or we can also take out Zada if we need to in a pinch. Okay. Attacking creatures. Do an extra point of damage. Do they have any spot removal? Okay. So again, I'm still expecting we're going to lose our Ragavan here. If not, then we can get a free shot in. Okay. There we go. Okay. Skies are clear. But is this going to be enough? Okay. Ooh, Perforos. That's good too. So from here, here's how we do this. Okay, if they blow it away. Boo. But if not, nice. Okay, so we got the treasure off of that. That's good. So that's what we wanted. So that means now we can get in Chandra here. All right, all right. Best Chandra is here. Let's see. We can't cast anything else, so we'll just exile a card. Hopefully we can just start pinging away. If it's a land, that is perfect.
This will be easy.
Okay. Not quite, but okay. All right, so at least now we have a clock with Chandra here. So this means that our opponent has to deal with this Chandra or they will lose. That at least provides for us now something against our opponent. Ooh, okay. Opponents, you should not have brought in your Zada right now because Chandra just ticks down. Zada goes bye-bye. Sorry, opponent. Aw, opponent. Aw, they folded. Oh, man, they folded faster than a wet napkin in the rain. Okay, there we go, everyone. I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. So far, we're doing really good here. Still going to try to squeeze in as many games as possible, everybody. As many games as we can. But aside from the 4 main turtles, if you are playing with the Ninja Turtle set, let me know in the comments, everyone, what other creatures, cards, or characters are you building decks around that are not part of the main 4? Let me know, everyone. There actually are some decent cards here. Again, I mentioned before, well, I don't want sets like this to enter into Magic. If you're going to do it, at least make them fun. And I will admit, and I've said this before one of my last videos, Ninja Turtles at least feels fun. I haven't had really any major complaints about it, like Spider-Man. Spider-Man felt like that just was not a fun set. I know it was technically Omen Pass here in Arena, but it still just wasn't fun. At least that's how I always felt about the set. Put down our Valakut. So hopefully, maybe we can just start burning our opponent with mountains? Who knows? All right, let's get down the Corey Steelcutter. Okay, so that provides for us another way to build tokens. Swiftfoot Boots, okay. Opponent is playing Ugin here, so that's a problem for us, but we're going to try to get around it just the same. So with that, okay, do we do this now? Do we dash? I think we'll dash. I want to start stealing stuff from our opponent here. Down to 23. Steal a card. Okay, got the Thought-Knot Seer. We'll take that. So Thought-Knot Seer is gone. Okay, Treasure Vaults. Palladium Mirror. Okay. Sunset Strike Master. So, here's how we do this. Put the Ragavan in now. We will Sunset Strike Master now. That turns on Corey Steelcutter. Alright. And we will... No attacks yet. Haste and Prowess, but just again, no trample. So... we can get down next turn Zugo. Or we can put Slash down. Either way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Magic number is 7 for Ugin. So we gotta take out that Palladium Mirror like now. Oh jeez, I wish we had a burn spell. So I think... okay, Raphael. Pump it up. We will end the festivities. Okay, so at least this kind of works. So hear me out, everyone. We swing here. Steal another card. Make a treasure. We tick down with Chandra. And the festivities again. I know, very clunky, but we can do this to at least get rid of the Palladium Mirror and slow down our opponent. Just a little bit. Okay. That bought us time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So Ugin's off the field. Oh, and our opponent already scoops him that? Yes. Too bad, opponents. Ugin is not coming in today. Not today, opponents. Not today. All right. Wow. We're getting a lot of people that are just folding immediately here. But okay. I'll take those free wins. I'll take those wins. All right. Keep the good times rolling. Okay. All right. So, again, we are closing in near to the end of our run, but do not worry. If you Whoop, 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 whoop.